on Thursday withdrew and relayed a gazetted copy of the Right to Information Bill, explaining it shouldn't have come to the House under a certificate of urgency the first time. So the parliamentarians have given themselves a deadline of August to pass the bill into law. Now, considering the setbacks that the RTI has suffered in the past, are you optimistic that the bill will be passed into law this time round?
The Right to Information Bill has been in Parliament since when? They promised us to, ratify that bill before Parliament go on recess. That was during the for Easter, but we didn't see anything. Now they have given us up to August to get the bill passed or being implemented. I am not too sure about it, but if they can do as they said, I think it will go a long way to help everybody, every Ghanaian, including myself, because I can just walk to wherever I want to get the information that I need for myself.
Members of Parliament, on several occasions, they've given us timelines, but in all, they failed to meet those timelines. So the matter is not believing the August, but rather I believe them doing a good work by ensuring that the bill that they pass will actually be that one that people of Ghana will benefit from it. I am not interested in whether August or tomorrow. It's a matter that Ghanaians want that bill to be passed. If to them the bill can be passed tomorrow, they should do it. But to them, if they feel doing the work and doing it well for the bill to be passed, even December, I have no problem with that.
I'm not sure, and I can't be sure. I can't promise myself now, because they know the right thing to do in the first place, but they refuse to. They know the bill should be gazetted. They know. They can't say that they don't know. They know. They are intentionally doing it. So, I don't know. It's up to them. It's up to them. But I'm not sure. By that, I guess they will be able to, pass it.
Let's check out what you're saying on Facebook.
Okay, so Samuel Musa says, I will give them the benefit of doubt, but considering their postures, they are all a bunch of liars and greedy, whatever, and they're only interested in taking allowances for their sitting. This could have been gazetted on several occasions. And Buyer Jeremiah writes, I'm not 100% sure, considering their posture in the passage of the bill. August is just some few weeks away and will soon be with us. We will take them by their own words. They're also reminded of the contents of the bill, which is the most important thing for us. And Womade Mark Paradise says, it's their own cup of tea. What at all is difficult about passing this simple law? For me, it is a deliberate attempt to sweep this law under the carpet. We are watching them.
And Abraham Smith says, ha 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 ha, low. She laughs out loud and she says, maybe because of their corrupt practices, they find it difficult to pass the bill into law. Ghana is not a serious country. We see Boateng Epa says, August is just some few weeks away, so why don't we give them the needed support and critique them when necessary rather than doubting them? And David Nima Ama says, we're looking at them, our representatives, that's the parliamentarians, if they think what we all thinking, or they have their own agenda. Those are some comments on Facebook. And also, the conversation on homosexuality in Ghana has taken another dimension, as some pastors think the fight against its legalization is more spiritual than physical. How does this come across to you? Do you think the issue of homosexuality has any spiritual backing?
I think it could happen. It could be legalized someday, but not immediate. From what the president was saying, if the pressure is very much on him, maybe he will legalize it. I think so. It's something very devilish to me. So I think, should we see Satan or the devil will force it.
When God sent the angels to Sodom and Gomorrah, you see the people there wanted to have this kind of things with the angels. So for me, I think there is a spirit backing it.
Yeah, I do believe it has a form of spiritual backing. Why? I believe everything one way or the other has a spiritual backing, even in music, everything basically. So, yeah.
Yes. It's even in the Bible. It's just not right. As a Christian nation, it's not right. It's just not good.
Well, let's check out posting on Facebook.
Interesting responses, Aisha. And Walanyo Akwetia says, these men of God, everything is spiritual. But I can assure my fellow Ghanaians that there won't be such a thing in Ghana. Woe betides anyone who endorses such an evil thing. And Kwabna Hayford writes, no matter who is president, it is with us already. Christians don't read the Bible. We have to know which time we are living in now. Those people are demonic, and we should know that Satan is ruling this world now. So Africa, we cannot fight them by flesh and blood. Also, Darlington Selassie Kumako writes, yes, just as to an angel in the Bible with one man did, than to Sodom and Gomorrah. I think that's what the lady in the except said. Okay, let's move on to David Chooks. He says, actually, homosexuality is one of the things that will mark that we are living in the last days as foretold in the Bible. However, homosexuality should be outrightly condemned.
And Prince Noruddin writes, let's be serious as a nation and stop discussing issues that are immoral, frivolous, and can't move the country forward. Of course, we are facing the reality, and Samuel says it has, because anything that happens physically has a spiritual backing. But I also think most of our pastors are not doing enough concerning homosexuality. Malquina Billy says, spiritual or not, we don't need it. That evil spirit will not work in Ghana. And Al-Hassan Muhammad says it will not happen in Ghana, inshallah. And Yabua Solomon comes to write, spiritual backing in those countries, not in Africa. And Bernard says, you're the people giving attention to this LGBT nonsense. Stop discussing it. Right. Those are very interesting comments on Facebook. And finally, relationships can be awesome because they can make you feel better than eating even the perfect slice of cream of cake, but can also be crappy sometimes and make you feel like the world is coming to an end. So often, if we're able to identify the garbage in relationship and fix it, experts say it works magic. What would you consider as unnecessary in a relationship?
A burden or baggage in a relationship will be like if, let's say, the girl still has maybe thoughts about her ex, or maybe like she's still fantasizing or having regrets about whatever she did with her ex, and it's like kind of like bringing it to the new relationship. It's like kind of excess baggage.
That's when I want to spend time with my boyfriend. He decides to spend those time with the friends and stuff, like in the evening like this. He has to go out with a friend, meanwhile he's supposed to be with me. I think that's one of the burdens in the relationship.
Personally, I think unnecessary spending is because if you have money and you need to use it for something that will benefit us in future, and you are always thinking of current chilling and current benefits, I feel is very bad in a relationship.
When the guy receives a call and then he goes to the washroom to answer it, like it's unnecessary. And then he clearing all his chats, like what is he hiding? I don't see why he should clear his chats.
Unnecessary things like reading my text, answering my calls that you know you're not supposed to answer, or when someone calls me, whether a female or a male, asking who is this, like that is unnecessary.
Yeah. Nice time to agree with you. Where are you? What are you doing there? Who are you? Hello. Let's check out your messages on Facebook.
Okay, Prince Nuruddin Baumia writes, sending money to your in-laws. I beg your pardon. Amwesi Eugene says, send me credit, mobile money, surprise me with gifts, shopping, etc. You just name all the spendings. And David Chuk says that expecting perfection from your partner and comparing your relationship to other people's relationship, that is so true. I do agree. And Ranson Chris Temple says, reading your partner's text messages and receiving their calls as well when they are not around. Well, I mean, what do you have to hide, Ranson? Well, Kweku.
It's my mobile phone. What do you want there?
Well, that's the question. Where do you have to hide? That has not been answered. Anyway, Kweku Billy says, arguing or talking about our past relationships. That's true. It's a deal breaker as well. And then Modil Kotobriza says, mobile money.
It's unnecessary in a relationship.
Oh, Bala Osmanture says, spending on your wife. No, no, no.
Like,
really?
seriously.
Like, seriously, I should tell them.
But Pabeka Wenchira is not knowing what's unnecessary in a relationship. That's actually unnecessary. Is that what you're trying to say? And Joe Lipton says disrespectful, misunderstanding, unfaithfulness, demanding for irrelevant material things, and he thinks it's unnecessary. And Linda Bell says suspicious of any move by your partner. Those things are unnecessary.